Hello, dear parishioners of Sacred Heart. It is with great joy and excitement that I record this video here in our beloved church because starting tomorrow, May 16th, in this, our beloved church, we get to gather again for worship, albeit in a limited way. Now, I don't want to just share my joy and excitement. I also want to plead with you to take these precautions seriously when we're here. Now, part of this, just practicality, either we follow these rules or we don't have Mass. Either we have Mass with all these restrictions or we don't have Mass. So just practically speaking, follow the rules. But I want us to be driven not just by practicality, I want us to be driven by charity. Because yeah, it's inconvenience. All of this, it's an inconvenience to have to kind of wear this mask. Just kidding, you can hear me just fine. I just think that I'm funny, and so I make jokes about mumbling behind a mask. Yeah, whatever. But see, it's an inconvenience to wear a mask. It's an inconvenience to have to be 6 feet apart. It's an inconvenience that only 100 people can be in the church because that's 25% of our capacity. But it's an inconvenience for the sake of keeping someone else from an illness. Now, my inconvenience and someone else's illness that could be fatal, their illness has to take priority in my mind if I have a Christian heart beating in my breast. And so I pray that we can do this with a spirit of self-sacrifice, to say, Lord, I might not have anything else to offer you today, but I offer you the fact that under this mask it's itchy. Lord, I offer to you that, I don't get all this stuff, I maybe don't agree with it, but I'm going to do it out of love for you and love for your people. And then for those who should still be staying home, and so that's those who are up in age. That's those that have any kind of compromised immune systems. That's anybody who's sick in any way. That is anybody who has allergies that cause you to sneeze or to cough and possibly spread a contagion that you don't even know you have. That's those who have maybe this deep anxiety that makes it better for them during this time to maybe stay home rather than to be here in the church the whole time just fearful of catching something. For all of you, thank you. Thank you for staying home, for taking that humble but courageous decision to act out of charity for others, out of respect for the physical life that God's given you, and realizing that He can still nourish your spiritual life even at home. Now, obviously, I cannot wait until we're all here together. I can't wait for that. But in the meantime, don't let anybody fool you that staying home is a lack of courage or a lack of faith. Staying home because you've prayed about it and realize, you know what? The Lord might be speaking through the Archbishop to me in calling me to stay home right now. That's a beautiful sign of faith. But for those who will be coming here, just a few practical points. The first one, the mask. I can't let you into the church unless you're wearing a mask. Now, we have some parishioners that are working hard to provide masks for those who can't get them otherwise. We'll have some of those, but I can't guarantee the number. So if you have access to a mask, please bring it with you and wear it for the duration of the Mass. Second thing, we will have only one entrance and one exit. So the entrance will be the western entrance right by the Marian Chapel, and the exit will be out the kind of north-facing, right? Yeah, door by the fountain that has the statue of Mary there. So one exit, one entrance, one exit. Collections. There won't be a collection basket being passed around. Instead, there will just be a container that you can place your collection into on your way in. Quick note on collection, thank you so much. So many of you have stepped up heroically, beautifully to be able to make sure that we make payroll, to be able to make sure that those people who depend on their paycheck from this parish can still feed their families, to be able to make sure that the mission of this parish, all the different apostolates, still can continue in this time. So thank you so much. I was expecting zero. I was expecting that we were just going to have to kind of prepare for the worst. But instead you kept us afloat. I mean, yeah, we were definitely down, don't get me wrong. But your generosity really shone through. And so thank you. But now back to the protocol. So you enter into the one entrance. If you so choose, you place your collection in the basket that will be sitting there. And then the usher will show you to your seat. We will be maintaining 6 feet of separation and masks on for the duration of Mass. Inconvenience, I know. Offer it up for those who are suffering from illness. For communion, you'll come up. Now this is going to be weird. You're going to have a mask on. I'm going to have a mask on. Communion is going to be actually after the final blessing, so that immediately after communion, you will leave and do your Thanksgiving after communion outside. You'll come up, receive our Lord, move to the side, remove your mask, receive the Lord, cover your mask, cover your face back up with the mask. I know it's so far from ideal, that it's not the ideal way to receive the Lord, but you know what? These aren't ideal times. And our Lord still condescends to be with us. But I ask you that please, when you do, make sure that every single little particle that might be there is consumed. I've found that sometimes the better way, if you receive in the hand, is to be able to receive all of the particles there. I pray that at that time, your hands will be clean, right? Because we have hand sanitizer all over the place, and you could bring your own as well. But more important than anything is that we not neglect the Lord, and that we are very careful when we receive, that we not drop the host, because this is the Jesus we've yearned for this whole time. So after communion, you will leave, and you will pray for your poor pastor and his wretched soul. Okay? Final note, we're going to have more masses since we have fewer people per mass. And so we'll have Mass at 6 p.m. on Saturday in Spanish and 7:30 p.m. in English, both of those on Saturday. Our Sunday schedule will be 8:30 a.m., 10 a.m., both of those in English, then 11:30 a.m. in Spanish, and 2 p.m. in English once again. I hope to see many of you there. Know that we'll still be streaming at 6 p.m. on Saturday and at 10 a.m. on Sunday for those that I won't get to see in person. But know that in the meantime, I'm praying for you all, and I love you very much. God bless you. Good night.